Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. A little bit of a different atmosphere here today, as you can tell.
Party lights.
Lights are off, lights are on, party hats are out. And I got my buddy here, Charles Hutchison from The Height. Thank you for making another appearance, buddy. I appreciate it. So what we're gonna be doing today is an idea that I kind of had. I did all three videos separately. I did the Road Warrior, the S2, and the Origin video all separately. But I did mention how all three of those released at the same time. They make a really good arsenal. They're very diverse. They're meant for three different types of bowlers if you're going to be on the fresh, or three different times to throw it if you're going to be, having all three of them in your bag. So what we're going to do today is just kind of go through which one we're going to start with. Probably the Origin. It does seem to have the biggest motor in it, and then the S2 will be next, and the Road Warrior will be next. And I'm going into this blind. So we just filmed the blackout video on your video here, on your channel here. Yep. So we have an idea of what the lane's doing. Yep. We're going to throw a shot, make an adjustment, tell you what the adjustment is, why we made it, and then what to do on the next ball. Okay, so just a general informative video about the last release. I know a lot of people, I read your comments a ton, I read my comments a ton. They don't like that these companies are releasing so many bowling balls.
They don't, but perception is crazy. I was just saying that.
Storm is the same every year.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they follow a schedule.
Like, people feel like it is because how many staffers, how many people are bowling and actually posting the releases? Typically, back in the day, how did you find out a ball came out?
You walked into the pro shop.
That's all. That's the only thing you knew. Like, we have force-fed information now.
I never really thought about that.
So it just.
And then you got leaks early too. So
everything.
Sometimes you get a leak a month early, but the ball doesn't come out for a month and a half, and you're overwhelmed. But it's like, calm down, the ball ain't out yet. You ain't got to get it yet.
Nope. But money's tight for people, so I kind of understand that from that particular standpoint.
Happy holidays.
Exactly.
So that's what this is for you to kind of decide which one's going to be best for you. I haven't touched the surface on any of mine out of box.
I think I'll touch the Origins a little bit to kind of crack the initial polish off of it. But just because it's so strong, I wanted to just to be that. Like, be a strong bowling ball.
Understood.
So but it's cool. You got two hybrids.
I watched him warm up with his Origin. Let's go watch him throw it. The intro's long enough. Let's get straight to it. We're going to start with you.
Let's go, buddy. Do it. Yes, sir. So, got the Origins here. Layout. Pin, pretty much like above my bridge. That's what it looks like. So, I'm going to start because, on 30 with my feet. So, little light shaker. So I think I can slow my speed down, actually. Don't have to move around the lane too much and let this ball continue going through the pins. But yeah, Origins is like one of them. It's really strong, but because they shined it up, it fits like right under balls like a gem, in my opinion. Like, this is definitely like a not game two, but like a number 2 bowling ball. So again, just gonna slow the speed down, looking at the same mark down lane, close to 10. Much more higher flush, that's what we wanted. So going into the S2, I'm expecting I actually probably can stay in the same place, but I'm gonna guess I'm gonna get a 10 pin this first shot. Because the core just isn't, again, as big, but layout, same layout. On both balls, 60 by 5, by 4.5, by 30, I'm sorry. Oh, that came on my hand really bad. So I'm not gonna say that's all the ball fault, that's more partially me too, but I'm definitely gonna move right off that last shot, because yeah, it didn't hook the same way. All right, so I had to change thumbs. That wasn't feeling great. Move right, and that ball is getting much, much smoother, and it allows you to do that. So again, great compliment. Go from Origins to an Attention Star, S2. It definitely works. So then we drop down to the money ball. High roll pearl, roll warrior, right? It's a lot of expectations with this particular piece. Again, layout a little bit stronger than my last one. 4.5 inch pin instead of 5 inch pin. Should be staying in the same spot while I was at the Origin.
Ball so good.
So much like the Origin, like they both can play similarly in the same spot, but for different reasons. Like this one's just so clean and so responsive, where you got the Origin, it's so early, that core is so strong, it forces me left. But this much friction response, what makes this one really good. So I just caught it a little bit more, and it, So balls like this and the Hammer Anger, higher RG, still with some differential in them, those are a lot for me. But yeah, there you go. That's how my 3 stack up.
All right, my turn. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna do the same progression here. I'm gonna start with my Origin. I'm gonna get into my S2 and then get into the Road Warrior. He made all 3 of them look good. He threw some awesome shots with all 3 of them. I'm afraid mine are not going to look that good just because I know this lane's got a little bit of carry down in the middle, so and my hand's a little bigger, so I'm going to be forced a little more left, but let's see what we got. All right, I'm going in blind. Start with the Origin here. Oh, I'm like Charles. All right, well, that went through the pins about as good as could be expected, so I'm not moving at all. Same spot, stay aggressive. There it is. Jeez, that looks good. All right, into the S2 now. And I'm in the same part of the lane that I just was with the Origin. Not moving. Feet on 33. Got it a little right. Same thing. That's the same thing Charles saw on his. All right. So here we go. Same idea. I'm just going to slow it down. I'm actually not going to move. I'm moving my eyes in. That's going to be it. There we go. All right, and time for the one that everybody loves here, the Road Warrior. Let's see if we can execute, not moving again. Woo! So one of the things about that ball that a lot of people don't notice, and you definitely saw it when Charles went 4 through the middle on his shot, is although it is the highest RG, lowest diff of the 3 of them, and the cleanest cover, all that does is just delay where the ball hooks. It doesn't necessarily do anything to its overall hook potential. So for him, it looked like the strongest. For me, in that shot, it looked like the strongest, when in reality, it was just the cleanest and the one that stored up the most amount of energy. I am gonna move left here just so I don't really have to throw it too hard. Speed's, in my opinion, the last thing you ever wanna change when you're bowling because it's the hardest variable to control. So we're going to move a little bit of left here, see if we can just kind of get it to clear the fronts a little bit better and delay that hook a little bit more, and let's see what it looks like. So moving 1.5, 2 left here. Add a little bit of axis rotation, get it to clear the front. There we go. Man, that ball's good. Man. All right, so I'm gonna let him talk first, even though I'm talking first, which doesn't necessarily make sense, but he'll tell you what he saw and then I'll add on.
Thank you. No, but again, all 3 are very usable pieces. Honestly, because of the physics blackout coming out, I don't see the S2 staying in the bag for me personally. But he's an attention, star guy. So
I'm a physics guy too.
But again, that one I know is not really going to see a lot of time for me. But Road Warrior, Origins, now we're on to something. Again, definitely can mix with 3-ball arsenal. If you go that way, I would just again modify the surfaces. I probably would actually do the reverse attention, start S2, put a little more polish on it, and then add a little surface to the Origin, to make it just the bigger bowling ball and let that be what it is. But that's how I really see it. And then again, the Road Warrior, just let that be perfect. It seemed to roll really good for most people. For me as well, give me some friction. You know, I feel like our local center down here, strikers, this should be a good one for me. Like, just get left, just watch it bang, and drive through the pin. So.
I'm going to let everybody in on a secret that I didn't tell you. He even looked at it and said something. I know one of the things about my channel that I love is I try to be as honest as possible. I know I can't throw every bowling ball out on the market, but when I do, I try to let you guys know. I already plugged and re-drilled my Origin. I told you you're not always going to love every single ball the first time you drill it. You're not always going to love every single ball with the surface the way it comes. And one of the things him and I preach is don't be afraid to make an adjustment if you feel like you need to. And with the way I throw the ball and the surfaces that we bowl on down here, with how strong this was, the higher pin, the higher flaring layout, the ball just rolled out a lot for me.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with admitting that. I was flat 10ing a lot. If you watch my video, that was the first layout. You'll see it flat 10 a few times. That's a Messengers, those are nice.
Yeah.
But if you compared to what I just did out here with the first two shots with it and the continuation I had, it's night and day. It's not even remotely close. I'm in love with it now, and all it took was a little bit of a layout adjustment. It is what it is. You're never going to bat 1,000. You're never going to bat 1,000. Him with the attention star at first, remember, he had to make a few surface adjustments.
But that was a pre-Power Edge bowling ball, I believe, too. So I think if it would have came out of boxes with Power Edge, it would have been a different conversation.
That is a whole other conversation.
But yeah, no, I understand now why people love the 10-star line. But again, there's just so many good bowling balls on the market right now. It's really hard to miss, honestly, personally. Like, I feel like the gamut that's a lot of good pieces to build a bag around.
So that was the purpose of this video. I know a lot of people get overwhelmed with the releases, so figured if I can kind of mash them all into one place and you can see the differences in shape and overall strength and understand when to throw them and not necessarily the fact if you have to throw them.
Right.
I think it's very important. I'm just going to end this video with a question he didn't know I was going to ask. What was the last ball you shot 300 with? That's what I wanted to hear. This guy right here. Terrible bowling balls, knocking down pins every shot. This is my buddy. All right. Had to call him out.
I ain't on pro, baby. Like, drill up 2 of those. Drill up 2.
I don't disagree.
Avoid tour dynamics.
No.
I ain't on pro. I'm just saying.
All the SPI stuff is throwable. This guy.
Yes, it's throwable. Yes, so is a house ball. But I'm just saying.
Maybe plastic balls too. Check that out later. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I got another video coming out with it, but I love all 3 of these. They're in my bag for sure right now. So thanks for always coming on, giving me your time. Bowl up a storm, everybody. Hashtag Storm Nation. And then the best chamois in the business. Is that your slogan?
Those are.
What's your slogan?
Those are gone, bro.
They're gone?
They're gone. Oh. Those are clean.
All right, so what are we doing?
There's some new stuff to come in the new year, but that was gone.
Get hyped! Get hyped! I was doing it more for the work. Whatever. Blooper reel now. Okay. Thank you, guys.